Hello, today we're going to talk about the terminal. This right here is the terminal. This right here is called the command line prompt. So this is where you start typing. If you click anywhere here, this link. I am on the Linux, so I come over here and click terminal. There's many ways to get to a terminal in Linux. Windows, you would usually use Git Bash. You would start the application called Git Bash after you install Git Bash. After you install, Git. And Mac also has a terminal, so you can just pull up the terminal application. And once you're here, when you open it up, it's always going to start you in your home directory. Now, if I type pwd, this stands for Print Working Directory. And what that is this gives me home and Tim. So my login is Tim here. And so when so the folder that I'm in right now is also called Tim. So you're going to have a folder in your computer when you open a terminal. You're going to be in the terminal that's named the name of your user account whenever you log in. You may have forgotten what your user account is, but this will tell you what it is. And what that means is that, so if I do ls stands for list, and this lists all of the files and folders in your current directory that you're in. So at any given point, this is like a portal or a window into your operating system, into your computer. Just like Windows and all of these things over here is a way of interacting with your computer, this is a complete way of interacting with your computer in a different way. Before there was all of this, there was a terminal. And this used to be the only way people would interact with computers. So whenever I'm looking at, when I do ls, I see Android, I see Android Studio. If you look over here, all the files, this right here is my home directory, although Linux kind of abstracts away the fact that this actually has the name Tim. But if I go to, if I go here and I go to computer, now I'm in what you call the root of my computer. And this is Linux. It's a little different for other computers. And I can go into the home directory, and here there's a folder called Tim, and there I am. I'm in the same place. So now I'm back to this is the place that your My Documents or your Documents folder or things like that exist here. So in Windows would be My Documents or something. I don't know if they've changed it again, but downloads folders here, that's very common. Music folder is very common. The place that you have the videos folder, all these things are kind of pictures. You usually have all these folders in your home directory. So the point is that when you start here, you are in your home directory. And so if I type ls, and so if you are wanting to, let's say I want to create a folder in my home directory, I would type mkdir for make directory, and I would type my folder. All right. So now I do that, and it doesn't tell you, but instantly over here, you can see that there's a folder called my folder that was just created right here. And now if I, over here, it's not showing here because this is in the past. So if I type ls again, now you have a my folder here, right here. Because that's what that just did. So now if I want to go into a folder, I could type cd my dash, and what the cool thing is that you have, if I hit tab, it will autocomplete. And that is very handy for a way of identifying that you're in the right place that actually has that folder. If you don't want to type ls, or if you think you know where you are, if you're doing autocomplete, it's a good way of it. First of all, it's nice. So now I'm in my folder, right? So now if I type ls, it doesn't show anything at all because there's nothing in my folder. If I open my folder over here, it's empty, so there's nothing to show. So now if I want to go back, I can type cd ... and that takes me back one directory. Also, you can see right here, this squiggly here, this stands for your home directory, which I mean the directory that has the name that your account is. Mine is called Tim. And so if I hit cd ... now I'm back into home. It's the same as hitting your back arrow over here. So this is how to navigate. If I want to, let's say if I go back into my folder and I want to create a file in here. So I'm going to type touch. There's different ways to do this from the command line. One way is to type touch and then my file dot txt. So txt is just an extension on a file. So I'm going to create I'm going to create a file in my folder called myfile.txt. And now if I go into my folder, you see there's a file called myfile. And it's an empty file. I didn't put anything in it. But that's how you create a file in your folder. And then if I go cd ... now I'm back. So if I type ls, let's say I want to go into my documents. So if I go cd documents, and then I type, let's just hit a key and hit, nope, nothing starts with D. There it is, something starts with A. So if I then do a, so basically I can do this. Now I just went 2 layers. I didn't just go into one folder. I went to my documents. So if I go in documents, there's an AMD right here, and I'm in here now. So this is a way to kind of navigate. So now if I want to go, so I went two places this time. So if I do CD, actually if I do this, another trick. If you type just CD, if you can see now, this says that I'm in documents /AMD, this thing, and then this is the $sign. $sign is often used if you're doing Google searches and stuff. This is the end of the prompt, very commonly. Now in some computers it's going to be a different character, but in a lot of computers it's going to be a $sign. So as you can see, my prompt is way over here. So when I start typing, it's the same. I'm typing, it's going over here. But if I just type CD without any arguments, so this right here is an argument to CD, or it's a parameter. Sorry, it's not an argument. Yeah, yeah, you're passing in an argument. An argument and a parameter are kind of the same thing. And if I type CD with nothing, I go back to home. So if I go and I've typed CD dash, now this takes me back to the last directory that I was in, the last folder I was in. So now if I type pwd, you can see I am in home, Tim, documents, and then inside this other folder. So let's go back and go back to CD. So this is the basic steps of navigating your file system with pwd, ls, and CD. And if I type CD from the home directory, I don't do anything. It thinks, okay, I'm going to take you to the home directory. So I don't actually go into a different place. So yep, that's the basics of how to navigate with a command line terminal.